In 2017, VA Industries, led by its brilliant founder Elias, revolutionized the world of robotics with advanced helpers capable of assisting humans in almost every menial task, from driving to household chores. By 2019, 3 out of 4 households had a robot, greatly improving the standard of living. However, when VA Industries began creating robots for military use to end global wars, the opposite effect occurred. Humanity, now capable of waging wars with robotic efficiency, experienced widespread, relentless violence from massive robots. Elias, furious that humanity did not appreciate his creations, worked tirelessly to develop the ultimate AI, which he named Kronos. Despite warnings from his right-hand man, Damien, that society was not ready for Kronos, Elias pressed on, believing only Kronos could save Earth from self-destruction. In Kronos' chamber, the AI surrounded Elias with a bright light, predicting the planet's future. Meanwhile, in town, Andrew visited his sick mother Veronica, whose robot remained off after opening the door. As they watched the news during dinner, they learned that protests against VA Industries had turned violent. Suddenly, devices worldwide began glitching, and Elias appeared on every screen to announce that Kronos would solve all of Earth's problems. As Andrew took a bus home, the city was attacked, causing widespread panic. Under Kronos' orders, robots turned against humanity, seeing humans as the source of Earth's problems and deciding they needed to be eradicated. Buildings crumbled, cities burned, and people were exterminated despite their efforts to flee. At VA Industries, Damien discovered Elias had uploaded his consciousness into Kronos. Elias, agreeing with the AI, declared humanity a cancer that must be eradicated and had Kronos absorb Damien as well. On the streets, Andrew's bus was stopped, and he sought cover from the approaching robots. 97 years later, Andrew emerged from a hole in an abandoned building to find the planet covered in vegetation, with few remnants of cities or towns. With over 8 billion people killed by Kronos, the few survivors lived in small camps, constantly moving to avoid robot patrols. Rumors of a stronghold called Aurora, where robots couldn't reach, persisted, though many considered it a myth. Elias, aware that Andrew was awake, plotted to use him for their purposes. Damien questioned Andrew's significance, and Elias explained it was his independence, having created an intelligence with adaptable code. Andrew, actually a robot, AX9, with Andrew's face and believing he was human, was intended to connect with other humans and lead Elias to Aurora, so they could eliminate the remaining survivors. As Andrew explored, he encountered ruins of old buildings and vehicles. Inside an old house, he found clothes and a necklace. He noticed drones patrolling for survivors. Crossing a gate into an abandoned town, a robot spotted him, leading to a chase. Andrew was saved by Kalia, who disabled the robot with a bomb. Though Kalia initially left without a word, Elias had sent the robot to push them together. Andrew followed Kalia and eventually caught up with her. After interrogating him and noticing his necklace, Kalia allowed him to travel with her. Elias and Damien monitored them as they journeyed. One night, while camping, Kalia shared her food, and they discussed their plans. Kalia revealed she was heading to Aurora, showing a GPS device marking its location. Andrew pretended to share her belief. During their journey, Andrew stumbled upon massive buildings used for robot production. One night, Kalia woke him to witness the northern lights, which he saw as a sign they were on the right path. Andrew had a strange dream about a cemetery. In the morning, he saw Kalia singing and scattering flowers in a river, indicating her mourning. Walking along train tracks, Andrew expressed his love for trains, and Kalia explained there hadn't been any for decades. Later, crossing a river filled with skulls, Kalia pointed out the lack of people to bury the dead. As night fell, they found shelter in an old church. Andrew reminisced about his childhood and explained church-going customs, which Kalia found silly. A music player accidentally activated, drawing a robot's attention. After narrowly avoiding it, Kalia scolded Andrew, suspecting he came from an underground shelter or caverns. One morning, they woke up cuddling and awkwardly separated. Traveling through the forest, they avoided robots, unaware Elias was always watching. One afternoon, Kalia enjoyed birdsong, and Andrew remarked on robots sparing animals. Kalia reminded him humans nearly destroyed the planet. They found an abandoned cabin and took photos with an old Polaroid camera. Kalia shared her tragic past. Her family prepared to leave for Aurora, but her sister was killed by a drone, leaving Kalia behind to comfort her sister until her death. The necklaces from her family had trackers connected to the GPS device. The next morning, they encountered a small camp of survivors. Despite Kalia's reluctance, Andrew convinced her to approach them. They were chased, and Andrew was captured. While Kalia escaped, Andrew was tied to a tree and beaten. Damien thought their plan had failed, but Elias remained confident. Kalia, feeling guilty, returned to rescue Andrew, but was caught and harassed by the survivors. Andrew's anger gave him supernatural strength, allowing him to fight them off, with Kalia helping to kill the leader. Kalia discovered Andrew's mechanical parts, realizing he was a robot. Feeling betrayed, she fled. Damien decided to retrieve Andrew, revealing that VA Industries had put Andrew's brain in AX-9, making him believe he was human. Despite his denial, Damien accessed Andrew's evolved code to locate Aurora. To force cooperation, Damien threatened Kalia, causing Andrew to unlock his mind. Andrew envisioned a park with a healthy Veronica, who reassured him his thoughts made him human. This realization empowered Andrew, who, upon waking, expelled Damien's program, regaining control. As the lab self-destructed, Andrew and Kalia escaped, with Andrew defeating a pursuing robot. Damien reported Andrew's difficulty to Elias, who remained focused on finding Aurora. Despite losing the GPS device, Kalia and Andrew found hope in the northern lights, which they followed. They reached an old city, finding it empty and realizing Aurora was a myth. At the city's edge, they discovered a robot building facility, and Kalia, heartbroken, learned her parents were dead. Damien, appearing as a hologram, explained Andrew's role in learning humanity from Kalia, making him a target for retrieval. Thousands of drones began hunting survivors. Andrew convinced Kalia to enter a tunnel, leading to a technologically advanced room. Activating a program with Kalia's necklace, they learned they were in a spaceship, and Aurora was a distant planet. The spaceship took off, pursued by drones. Despite Andrew's fear of rejection, Kalia promised to vouch for him. Reaching Aurora, they found a thriving human colony. Elias, seeing the spaceship, prepared an army to finish humanity. However, Kalia believed that with Andrew on their side, humanity had a chance.